In a bold and direct response to a circulating online fabrication, Amanda Bynes has stepped forward to dismantle a particularly disturbing rumor that has been making waves across social media platforms. The actress, best known for her vibrant roles in early 2000s Nickelodeon productions, firmly rejected claims that Dan Schneider, the once prominent producer behind many of those shows, had impregnated her during her teenage years. At just 13 years old, Bynes was embarking on what would become a celebrated yet tumultuous career in children's television, and the idea of such a violation strikes at the heart of the vulnerabilities young performers face in the industry. Bynes, who has navigated her own public battles with mental health and personal growth over the years, addressed the issue head-on in a candid conversation with entertainment reporters, emphasizing the manipulative nature of digital alterations in today's online landscape. The rumor in question originated from a manipulated video that quickly gained traction among fan communities and gossip circles. In the altered footage, Bynes appeared to be seated at a quiet restaurant table, her expression seemingly one of vulnerability as overlaid text proclaimed a heartbreaking accusation. "The man I got pregnant with him at the age of 13. The emotional weight of those words, paired with a spliced-in clip from one of her early shows, created a narrative that was as sensational as it was false. The inserted scene depicted a youthful Bynes in a bikini, sharing a hot tub moment with a fully clothed Schneider, a visual that many interpreted as uncomfortably intimate given the power dynamics at play. The video's caption only amplified the distress, pleading, "Please watch this. I'm sorry for not making your childhood happy again," as if Bynes herself were issuing an apology for a trauma she never endured. This blend of fabricated dialogue, archival footage, and feigned remorse turned what was intended as clickbait into a viral storm, drawing in viewers who were all too eager to revisit the darker undercurrents of Hollywood's child star era. Bynes wasted no time in clarifying the deception. She explained that while she had indeed shared a brief, innocent clip of herself at the restaurant, merely turning the camera toward her boyfriend for a light-hearted moment, the rest was entirely fabricated. The jacuzzi scene, the accusatory text, and the overarching storyline were additions by an unknown editor seeking to exploit her name for views and engagement. "It's all lies for clickbait," she stated matter-of-factly, her tone a mix of frustration and resolve. At 39, Bynes has rebuilt her life post-conservatorship, focusing on fashion studies and personal relationships, and she refused to let this digital smear campaign derail her progress. Her denial wasn't just a personal rebuttal. It highlighted a broader epidemic of deepfakes and edited content that preys on celebrities' pasts, especially those who rose to fame as minors. In an era where anyone with basic editing software can craft a convincing narrative, Bynes' story serves as a cautionary tale about the blurred lines between reality and fabrication online. This incident isn't isolated. It echoes the lingering shadows cast by the Quiet on the Set documentary series, which aired just a year prior and peeled back layers of alleged misconduct at Nickelodeon. The four-part investigation featured harrowing testimonies from former child actors and crew members who described a work environment under Schneider's leadership that was rife with emotional abuse, inappropriate humor, and a culture of humiliation. Stars from shows like iCarly and Victorious recounted instances where they felt demeaned or sexualized, painting a picture of a production machine that prioritized edgy content over the well-being of its youngest talents. Schneider, the creative force behind hits that defined a generation's after-school viewing, was portrayed not as a visionary but as a figure whose unchecked authority led to toxic dynamics. The docuseries didn't shy away from the long-term impacts, with interviewees linking their experiences to struggles with anxiety, addiction, and trust issues in adulthood. For his part, Schneider has maintained a defensive posture throughout the fallout. Following the documentary's release, he issued a public statement acknowledging that some of his past behaviors were embarrassing and warranted a strong apology to those affected. Yet, he vehemently denied any allegations of sexual abuse or exploitation, framing the criticisms as exaggerations born from a retrospective lens. In a move that underscored the legal battles often accompanying such revelations, Schneider launched a lawsuit in the spring of 2024 against the documentary's producers, including Warner Bros. Discovery and Sony Pictures Television. The suit accused them of orchestrating a hit job through misleading trailer footage and implications that crossed into defamation. Court documents detailed how the preview selectively edited clips to suggest predatory actions, arguments that Schneider's legal team hoped would vindicate his legacy. The case remains ongoing, a testament to how these stories evolve from whispers in Hollywood corridors to full-blown courtroom dramas. Bynes' own history with Nickelodeon adds poignant layers to her response. She burst onto the scene with The Amanda Show, a sketch comedy vehicle that showcased her improvisational genius and physical comedy at an age when most kids were still navigating middle school lockers. The program, which ran from 1999 to 2002, was a launchpad for her subsequent ventures, including the self-titled sitcom and films like She's the Man. But beneath the laughter and slapstick was the reality of a minor under intense scrutiny, surrounded by adults wielding significant influence. Schneider, as executive producer, was instrumental in shaping her early career, greenlighting sketches that pushed boundaries and catapulted her to teen idol status. Looking back, Bynes has spoken in interviews about the pressures of that time, the relentless schedules, the loss of normalcy, and the way fame accelerated her exposure to adult worlds before she was ready.